Walked away from his team, walked up to about the three-point line, and looked like a fighter getting ready for a fight. Just stared at the Celtics as they were introduced and was stretching and kind of throwing jabs in the air. This is going to be fun. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Celtics and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on this broadcast selected by Sports Channel, approved by the Celtics. The matchup everybody wanted.
You must contain Isaiah's penetration. Joe Dumars, you can't take him for granted either, because remember in Game 7 last year, he lit it up with 35 points. And Dantley is an offensive machine when he starts cranking it out.
Robert Parrish, as usual, ignored Lambier at the center tap, and Lambier likewise ignored Parrish and Bird. Pistons with first shot here. Danny Ainge will pick up Thomas. Dumars pops out top of the key. Lambier will fire and hit to open the game.
He is a weapon on every pick and roll play. He doesn't roll to the hoop. He pops for the jumper, so you better make a good switch and get right out at him.
Celtics first offensive trip. Dumars has got Dennis Johnson. Dantley's with Bird. They go to Larry. They clear the side for him. Dumars on the double. Celtics at 5 on the shot clock. DJ short. Parrish the board. He got it.
They're going to try and protect Adrian Dantley if Bird goes in that low post. So Bird will see a lot of doubles, it looks like.
Second shot, something the Pistons don't want to be giving up in this series. Dumars outside. The miss and McHale clear. All Boston on the defensive board. Danny, the quick push on Isaiah. Parrish wants the ball on Lambier. They find him. He fires. Got hit in the arm. No call, but Mahorn lost it out of bounds. Parrish is staring at Earl Strong.
Detroit is very good at blocking out on the offensive glass. Celtics will really have to take whatever little advantage they have.
Lambier called with the foul this time. His first on the team.
He's a big player to get in foul trouble. He's very, very smart defensively in the early part of a ball game. Normally plays passive defense so he doesn't get in foul trouble.
Celtics look like they want to go at that matchup. Bird left-handed won't go down, and Lambier clears Ainge, knocking the outlet pass out of bounds.
Ever ready, the Pistons, to outlet a rebound and start that fast break going.
Tied at 2. 10:30 to go first half. Dantley, the side is clear. Takes it to the hole. Misses. Lambier's follow misses. Dantley's follow goes.
Bird just came flying out of the pack that time.
Mahorn is with McHale. Dantley with Bird. And Dantley got nailed on a pick, and Bird hit the jumper. Robert Parrish put a heck of a pick on Dantley, who's limping now over half court. Mahorn gets a quick 2.
I must say this, that Boston has allowed more penetration in the Atlanta series and so far in this game than perhaps they did all season.
Bird the pop out. Rolls it into Parrish. Good catch. Blocked by Mahorn. Clean block, says Mihalik. Dantley slowing the pace down. It's cleared out. It's got Bird one-on-one. Now Ainge on the double.
Normal defensive alignment is to have McHale play Dantley.
Dantley hits outside.
And he is an exceptional outside shooter. Much better than Dominique. So you've got to get up on him a little bit. And then he can go by you. Got some good fakes.
8-4 Pistons early. Bird rolls to Danny. He got missed the layup. Lambier, the half-court pass to Dantley. DJ coming to help this time. Ainge, nice rotation, but right to Isaiah. Lambier back rims it. McHale, first move on Mahorn. Got it.
Good fall away and leaner away from Mahorn. Mahorn is going to bump him off the spot as much as possible.
Got a reach-in foul outside. It's going to go on Danny Ainge.
Has that penetration again. Personal foul. You've got to get down and spread your legs and don't go for fakes and don't try and steal the ball.
Dantley goes by Bird, rolls it in. Dantley a big first quarter. He's got 6 of the 10. 3.5 minutes gone.
And Bird has drawn the assignment every trip up the court against Dantley.
DJ trying to keep it alive with Mahorn on the floor. It'll be a jump ball. Dennis Johnson, Rick Mahorn. 8:16 to go in the first. Mahorn, who has been troubled by a bad back, very slow getting up. You'll see Mahorn when he goes to the bench after he starts a game, won't sit on the bench. He'll lie on the floor to try to stretch his back out. DJ control on the tap. Into McHale. Kevin got it.
Good look by Bird. Great jump by Dennis Johnson to control that tip.
Pistons by 2. Dumars. Inside Mahorn, outside Thomas. Lambier carving out some space, finds Mahorn on a cut, powers it up, and traveled with it according to Earl Strong.
Celtics have been switching on all kinds of plays that leave their big men on the outside, and Dennis Johnson with big people underneath trying to block them off on the boards. They're going to get burned by that.
Dumars aggressively out on Johnson. Dumars again a great defensive job on Michael Jordan in the Pistons' last series. There he is in the double team. DJ wide open. Tied at 10.
A prove it to me player. Every team comes in and says, hey, he's probably the guy that we got to gamble off of. And until he hits some outside shots, their defense will leave him alone.
Isaiah trying to bump off Ainge, who won't give ground. Dumars tries. McHale takes it away from Lambier. Parrish is ahead of the field. Robert gets the pass. Foul Dantley. 7:10 to go in the quarter. The Celtics can get the lead back. We're tied at 10.
Well, that's save 2. That foul by Dantley.
Bird's runner won't go. McHale alive for 2.
To the penetration, and Bird put it off the glass, and McHale just went from the weak side with nobody blocking him out.
Offensive foul. Adrian Dantley, who has a word or two for Paul Mahallen. And the Pistons want a tie. 6:54 to go first quarter. Boston by 2. Adrian Dantley now taking a seat on the Piston bench. Dennis Rodman will make his first appearance.
Here's the replay. Bird showing him the baseline, expecting help. The help gets there just about the right time. Forces the charge. This is the type of defense they're going to try and employ against Adrian Dantley. Send him to a second defender. And that puts a lot of pressure on that second defender to recognize what's going on and get there in time to stop the penetration. That's only happened once so far in this quarter.
Boston by 2 and the ball. 6:45 to go in the first. Rodman the first sub in the game for Dantley. Bird pops out, puts it on the floor on Rodman, and a traveling violation on Bird. Both officials with the same call. First turnover on Boston.
Now that is the Celtics' bread and butter play. That little curl that Bird uses off one of the big guys' picks down underneath the basket, but Rodman played it beautifully and then jumped back so Bird couldn't continue to the hoop.
Lambier pops out and hits the jump shot. And now Mahorn and McHale start the beginning of the woofing that will go on for most of this series.
Well, don't be surprised that by the end of the series it becomes more than woofing.
By the end of the game, maybe.
A lot of grudges from last year. Remember Lambier doing to Bird and then Parrish hitting Lambier. Mahorn has always been in it.
Danny, good fake on Thomas, and he draws a foul.
I'm glad to see them get Danny involved in some of the play patterns instead of being a complimentary spot jump shooter from the outside.
Well, they gave the foul to Dumars. Now they change it. It was on Isaiah. Danny with his first point. All 5 Celtics starters have now scored. They lead by 1.
it's important for a guy that is going to hit outside shots to get him involved a little bit in the offense so he can get his confidence. Not just have to rely on that three-point shot or a long-distance bomb to help offensively.
McHale right with Lambier outside. He came to get a release pass there from Thomas, but McHale denied it. Now they skip it to Lambier. Top of the key, Thomas. A little penetration. Misses the runner. Bird and Parrish combine on the rebound. Roberts swallowed up, finds Ames. Boston's 3-on-2. McHale lost the handle. Danny got it back. He fires. Hits. Celtics by 4.
Good rebound by Parrish and excellent outlet as he was triple teamed.
Boston on a 10-2 run. Isaiah to the hoop. Swallowed up and a foul's called.
That is Vinnie Johnson's play. They bring up two big guys to set a pick, and they're the two big guys rolling in to create an alley for him to drive to the hoop. But Mahorn and Lambier will pick off the guard that's trying to defend against Isaiah or Vinnie Johnson. And boy, that is one tough offensive play to fight through for a little guy. Those big guys just belting away at you, keeping you out on the line of scrimmage.
Just catches and fires for 2.
Well, Dennis Rodman was playing a play that was in the scouting report. Only Bird didn't run that play.
Nope. Isaiah outside, and he hits.
Well, the Celtics have elected, it looks like, to give Isaiah the outside shot and Joe Dumars the outside shot.
Dumars the full court pressure. DJ beats him to the foul line, takes it in, and a blocking foul is going to go on Dennis Rodman. Dennis thought he was there. John Sally comes in. Rick Mahorn goes to the bench.
Here's Dumars working Dennis in the back court, and Dennis Johnson kind of getting his dander up as Lambier picked off Dumars. And there's that foul as Dennis had released the ball and then collided into Rodman. Dennis Johnson made the smartest play of the game Sunday when Wilkins was trying to miss that free throw. He blocked out Livingston, who was out above the three-point circle, ready to storm through the lane and cram through that miss. Never saw it on television, however.
Sally outside. Now Rodman. Nowhere to go, so he shoots it. Rebound Parrish. Boston by 4, looking for 6. 4:15 to go here first quarter. McHale kicks it out. Danny for 3. Kevin the long rebound, but Isaiah takes it off the floor. Isaiah coast to coast, little runner, and he gets fouled on the way through. No basket.
Isaiah quite doesn't have the speed of a Spud Webb, but he presents many more problems because he's bigger. He can go over the top of you, and when he gets into that paint, now you look at Danny kind of standing straight up and then just angles him off with his body. That's a foul. If you're going to do anything, you got to pick them up at the head of the key and bend your knees and retreat. Don't stand straight up, because they make one move and they're by you.
No surprise here, Tom, in the substitution pattern. Still 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Chuck Daly is already 8 into his bench.
Well, they'll bang the boards with this unit and perhaps play more aggressive defense. They're quicker up front.
DJ, same spot. Front rims that one, and the foul maybe on Robert Parrish over the back. Yes, it is. Robert Parrish, the rebounding foul. His first.
Lambier is a pretty cagey guy. He knows he's got to go block out. That's his whole scheme of rebounding, is block out, keep the guy on your back, and shoot jumpers. Shoot jumpers. That's his offense.
Vinnie Johnson's got Dennis. Ainge cutting through. Finds Parrish. Robert wheels. Hits the hook.
And Rodman skied. Just mistimed it, but he was quick to the help.
Lambier the screen. Vinnie Johnson knocks down his first jump shot. That is not a good sign. Parrish and then McHale at the head of the field, but lost the handle, and here comes Vinnie Johnson again. Finds Rodman underneath Sally for two. Nice look by Rodman.
Well, they've got those two big guys who will get out on the fast break. That gives them four guys up fast, and Boston is susceptible to the use of speed.
Pistons back up by two. McHale puts it on the floor. Spins in. And John Sally's going to be called with the push underneath. We've got a timeout on the floor. 2:37 to go first quarter. The Pistons are up by a deuce. Lead by two, and don't look too rusty to me, Tony.
No, they really got their running game going. You can see John Sally just outdistanced Kevin McHale, and Bird goes in to try and stop the penetration, but that speed at both forward spots, that's where they have an advantage over Boston. When they get that into play, that can cause the Celtics to have fits. So McHale and Parrish and Bird have got to get back there quickly on the defense when Rodman and Sally are in the ball game.
Sally, Lambier, and Rodman the front line right now for the Pistons. Vinnie Johnson and Isaiah Thomas the backcourt. Robert Parrish is going to get his first rest of the evening. Mark Akers in. Ainge, Bird, McHale, and DJ stay on the floor, and Kevin hits his first. He's got 7.
Now, Akers coming in at this juncture may be a good sign. And Casey recognizes that going to put another fast guy in the lineup to get back and protect against that Piston fast break.
Lambier trying to post up DJ, and he couldn't get to the ball. You can see him say, "My fault," there as he ran by Vinnie Johnson.
Lambier had a mismatch, and boy, Dennis Johnson had him bounced out about 15 feet, but couldn't make the pass.
Bird isolated on Rodman. Now Larry starts to back his way in. Rodman trying to hold position. DJ, the open man, waits for Sally to get to him and then buries it.
And uses his outstretched hand as a sight on the basket. How about that?
Boston by a hoop. 1:50 to go in the first. Sally putting it on the floor. Spins on Akers for two.
Well, once Sally gets going in one direction away from the basket, let him keep going.
McHale takes the jumper. Rodman the rebound. Tied at 25. Vinnie Johnson pops out, gets the ball, dumps it off underneath. Sally lost it, got it back, and then laid it in.
Yeah, heck of a pass by Vinnie Johnson. I don't know how he squeezed that ball through the defense.
Sally off the bench with 6 points. Bird takes a three, hits it. Celtics by 1. Jim Paxson's over at the scorer's table looking to get in. Vinnie Johnson off a pick and knocks it down.
Boy, and Kevin McHale just switched right out there and got to the shot, almost blocked it. Nothing disturbs Vinnie when he gets it going.
Nice catch by Akers as he was headed for the basket. Had to go back for that one. Celtics still 10 on the shot clock. Dennis Johnson, the line drive won't go, and goes out of bounds. Detroit ball. Here comes Jim Paxson into the game, and Dennis Johnson will sit.
Paxson could be a very important player in this series, particularly defense on Vinnie Johnson. And he must score himself.
The Detroit bench is 5 of 6 from the field.
Paxson did a nice job of getting through the pick that time.
Using the body on Vinnie Johnson and draws a foul as Johnson spun to the hoop.
You know, when you see Vinnie Johnson come off picks and hit his first couple of shots, and then you start fighting the pick and beating him, and then you get kind of anxious, and you feel it every time he's going to get the ball and take a shot. You've got to contest it mightily. You end up fouling him a lot. And I'll tell you, the first thing you got to do is work your way through that double screen that they used to free him up. Paxson did it beautifully that time.
You see the 39% shooting for Vinnie Johnson.
Not against Boston, he's not shooting 39%. Here's the press that Atlanta employed against this second unit. That proved to be fairly effective at times in that Atlanta series. Rodman's just got
McHale, a long jumper, won't go down, and the quarter is history. Kevin had to take that as time was running out, and the Pistons have themselves a first quarter lead. 30 for Detroit, 28 for the Celtics. Along with Tom Heinsohn, second quarter about to begin. Pistons by 2.
And here's one that Mark Akers ought to put in the computer. Is once Sally is heading away from the basket, let him keep going. Don't let him spin in. Normally you say, hey, he's not going to hit a lefty shot. Well, that was quite a move for a guy Sally's size. So put that one in the book and don't forget it.
The Pistons obviously not affected by the layoff, shooting 62%. Boston with the bench out in force now. Bird is out there with Gilmore, Roberts, Ainge, and Paxson. Bird breaks the pressure himself. Now gives it up to Danny. Vinnie Johnson, Dennis Rodman, James Edwards' first appearance for the Pistons. John Sally and Joe Dumars on the floor. Celtics are at 5 on the shot clock, and the ball is going to go out of bounds off Jim Paxson's sneaker.
Well, the Celtics have in a lineup what they hope are 3 offensive people. Bird, Danny Ainge, and Jim Paxson. Artis Gilmore to do battle on the boards, and Roberts to play some defense and get on the fast break if possible.
Roberts jumps out on Vinnie Johnson. Vinnie wants to go to work. Sally won't go down. Nice follow there by Rodman.
Boy, when you move out of the paint to go to the penetration, Rodman is so quick to the rebound. He gets more than half his offensive rebounds just by somebody penetrating to the basket.
First basket for Rodman. Gilmore looking underneath. Fred Roberts won't go down. Rodman rips off the rebound. Johnson starts the quick push. Vinnie will fire. Front rims it. Paxson the rebound. Outlet to Ainge. Got Roberts top of the screen. Danny takes it himself. Left-handed blocked by Sally, and here comes Rodman. Pistons by 4, looking for their biggest lead of the game. Rodman, a runner. That's short. Rebound Roberts. Ainge ahead of the field.
This unit of Boston prepared to run, but they've got to play good defense, and the Pistons feel they can take it to the Celtics with their unit in there right now.
10:25 to go in the half. Pistons by 2.
So the tempo looks like might be picked up a little bit here. As the switch out on Vinnie Johnson.
James Edwards banging away with Paxson.
Mismatch right there.
Edwards hits off the glass. Pistons recognized it and went to it. They lead by 4.
They sure did, and
Roberts will try deep. It's an air ball. Rodman picks it off. Outlet to Dumars.
Everybody say, oh, Fred Roberts, don't shoot that shot. Well, he really doesn't have his rhythm. He hasn't played an awful lot in the series, either against New York or Atlanta. Well, that's the shot he's got to take in a ball game if he's going to be anywhere near effective.
Foul on Artis Gilmore. Reggie Lewis will see his first minutes. Gets a hand from the crowd. No one's gone out yet. Now Larry Bird will sit down. Rolling the dice a bit here, Tom?
They sure are.
Mahorn will try. Back rims it. Nice rebound by Ainge. Paxson looking inside at Roberts. Now they're swinging. Reggie gets it deep in the corner. Rodman's out on him. Paxson, a leaner in the lane. Short. Mahorn out of the pack to Vinnie Johnson. Boston's back defensively. Never bothered Vinnie before, and it doesn't this time either. Reggie Lewis to rebound. And the Celtics will use a 20-second timeout. We've played nearly 3 minutes here in the second quarter. The Pistons have scored 4 points. The Celtics have scored 2. And Celtic fans, this break in the action's as good a time as any for you to break open an ice cold Budweiser. Enjoy that clean, crisp taste. This Bud is for you.
The second unit of the Celtics really has a difficult time really gelling offensively.
And don't forget to tune in to Sports Channel tomorrow night as we present live coverage of Game 2 between the Pistons and the Celtics. Join us at 7:45 for the pregame show. And don't forget, Sports Channel will be back here at the Garden next Wednesday night, if necessary, on June 1st for Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Pregame begins at 7:45 for both games. And the Celtics have put Kevin McHale back in the game, replacing Fred Roberts. So it's Ainge, Lewis, Gilmore, Paxson, and McHale. Kevin double team finds Paxson. Nice move by Jim.
Double team on Kevin McHale. Nobody rotated from the weak side of the Pistons defense to pick up Paxson.
All right, defensively, Adrian Dantley is back in the game. He's going to be picked up by Reggie Lewis. Vinnie Johnson looking inside. Nobody home. Now there's Edwards. Back out to Vinnie. And a foul. No, an illegal defense is called against Boston.
The Celtics went around doubling wherever the ball went, and eventually they didn't get to that double, and there was somebody in the lane who shouldn't have been.
Jim Paxson was called for the illegal defense. Danny Angel sits down. Dennis Johnson back in. Isaiah Thomas coming back in for the Pistons.
One of the things the Celtics have to be very aware of is proper substitutions in these games. Not to wear out the first 5, but the second unit has to contribute, give up not too much ground, if possible make inroads. That hasn't happened an awful lot during the season, but it sure would be a big benefit if it would happen here in this quarter.
Celtics quickly doubling and swinging, and now Lewis is called for the foul over the back of Dantley.
Adrian Dantley, very wily, smart, old pro, knew he had a rookie, tried to seal him off in that low post. There he goes again.
They clear it out for Dantley. Bullet pass underneath, and Thomas got 2.
Dantley is a smart player with the pass too. He can find the open man.
Reggie looks Dantley in the eye and fires. Back rim, rebound Mahorn. Pistons by 4, looking for 6. Isaiah wants to get it to Dantley. Reggie Lewis with the steal. Reggie taken to the hoop, takes it in for 2.
There's a different look at Adrian Dantley.
Dumars hits baseline.
Better get back quick because the Pistons will take it out after Mage and look up the court.
Lewis looking to take it. Does. No foul called. Got his own rebound. And they call a pushing foul on Artis Gilmore off the ball.
I'd like to see the shot Reggie Lewis takes to the hoop here. Beautiful move. Wow. Well, Reggie might have cleared him off, and there's Gilmore giving a little push. Reasonably decent call. No call on the shot by Reggie, a rookie. Adrian would have gotten that.
Oh, no question. Inside Edwards. Parrish back in the game. Edwards walked with it. No basket.
Parrish just hung right there on his shooting hand.
And the Celtics will take a timeout. 6:59 to go in the half. Pistons by 4. Up by 4 with 7 to go in the half.
Here's a new look at Adrian Dantley. Neither Bird nor McHale really have the quickness to go out and deny Adrian Dantley the ball, but Reggie Lewis does. And look how nicely he just picks it off, gets those feet and hands working, and then takes it up with his own speed for the layup.
All right, Dennis Johnson, Jim Paxson now the guards for Boston. Bird, McHale, and Parrish the front line. So Paxson the only non-starter on the floor. Jim goes baseline, lost it on the way up, nearly went through the hoop. And now Paul Mihalik's going to call it Detroit ball.
Well, Paxson had a good angle on the hoop, but could not hold on to the ball. They need him to score some hoops, get his offense going.
Thomas, Dumars, Dantley, Edwards, and Mahorn on the floor for the Pistons. Bird's got Dantley. Dantley wants it. Rebound Parrish. with Edwards on his back.
Well, Bird, the much bigger player, did not let Dantley use his speed that time, taking it to the hoop.
Dennis Johnson, a little hesitation move. Now gives it up to McHale. Kevin swoops in for two.
And Edwards much too late.
Kevin first to double figures with 10. Bird the block on Dumars, and he got the rebound and was fouled by Edwards. And Bill Lambier comes back in. Edwards sits down.
Here's a great move by Bird to cut off the reverse side of the basket. And Bird keeps it, and there's Edwards coming over the back as Bird was trying to outlet the ball to get a fast break stop.
Celtics can tie it at 38 if they convert here. Inside McHale. Kevin wants it. Good fake. Got to.
John Sally was waiting for that one.
Thomas on the cut for two.
There, Sally, after getting beaten with that fake, just headed up the other end of the court. And McHale was nowhere near in sight. Got to get back fast against this Piston team, especially the forwards.
Celtics again go to McHale. Spins on Sally. Tough ball away. And Kevin's got 14 first half points.
Fakes him one time and knows he's not going to go up the second time and takes the fall away.
6 of 8 shooting for McHale. And Lambier throws it away. And don't think they don't love that in Boston. Bird, tough shot, won't go. Sally's there.
That was a forced shot. You very rarely see Bird take one of those.
Thomas the pull-up.
He pushed me back.
And Isaiah Thomas, I believe, committed the foul. Nope, they gave it to Lambier. Off the ball, a push. There are a couple of pushes going on there. Second on Lambier. Thomas all over range. Danny backing his way in. Wants to shoot over Isaiah. Does. Parrish tried to keep it alive. Thomas outlet to Dumars. Dantley's on the far side. They skip it back to Isaiah. Inside Sally. An offensive foul is called on John Sally.
But once again, a guard was forced to pick up John Sally. If he had gone straight up with that quickly, it was 2.
4:17 to go in the half. The Celtics again a chance to take the lead. Tied at 40. Bird, good fake. Rebound Lambier, outlet Dumars. 5 rebounds for Lambier, and Thomas cuts through the middle for 2. Isaiah 11 first half points. Bird answers. Tied at 42. Lambier will try and hit outside.
When he comes up, the 5th man up the court, your center better be above the foul line because he's firing. That ball hits his hands. It's up.
Ainge trying to clear himself. Now Bird comes the other way. Larry hits a fall away.
And Dantley really bumped him off the play.
11 first half points for Bird. We're tied again at 44. We have had a ton of ties in this game. 12 to be exact. Isaiah dumping it off Dumars. Nice spin. And Dennis Johnson's going to pick up the foul. Pistons are going to take a timeout. Just under 3 minutes to go here first half. We're tied. Some defensive changes from the last time they saw the Pistons.
They sure have. Usually Robert Parrish will take Mahorn, stay inside, and Bird takes Lambier so he can hang around the perimeter and get on the shooting hand of Bill Lambier. Now, right now, the defensive assignments for the Celtics are Bird is defending against Dantley. That's usually McHale's assignment. And Parrish usually takes Mahorn, and Bird takes Lambier.
4 of 6 shooting for Bill Laimbeer.
I would have to say Boston's defense has not been very, very good in this first half. If they were trying to deliver a message to this team from Detroit, it got lost.
Maybe when the power went out last night.
The fax machine went dead.
16 straight free throws for Joe Dumars now in the playoffs. He's had a quiet offensive night, just 3 points. Detroit looking to trap in the backcourt. Dennis Johnson skipping it over to McHale.
And Dumars, like every other guard in the league, is trying to make Dennis Johnson expend energy in the backcourt.
McHale rolls in the hook shot.
Great passing angle that time, and Sally did not get out into it quick enough.
They clear it out. Ainge comes to double Dantley, and they throw it away. No, it was tipped, says Earl Strong. Pistons at 7 on the shot clock. I'm not sure they realize it. I don't think Isaiah does. He finds Dumars. He hits with 2.
Well, you just kind of forget about Joe Dumars at times, and all of a sudden he heats up, and boy, it's tough to turn him off.
As you mentioned, 35 points in Game 7 last year. McHale again, long with it this time. And pushed by Sally, but Parrish is there. Angel try, hits. Danny with 8 first half points, tied at 48. Ainge immediately with the double on Dantley. Every time they clear the side, Dumars makes them pay.
They've got some guards that can really hit that shot.
Parrish, yes, and a foul. And Bill Laimbeer is busy dribbling the ball by himself. Couldn't believe the call on Sally. That'll be 3.
Well, for a second-year man, you don't expect him to make that type of mistake. There was no way that he was going to stop Parrish from scoring that hoop unless it was a flagrant foul. He should have done nothing.
Celtics first lead in a while, 51-50. And the illegal defense, Isaiah Thomas calling it out to Earl Strong.
And Robert Parrish back down into the paint to try and protect against any penetration. And there were 2 double teams, and people just did not go out and get the proper people. Left somebody in the lane, and that guy was Robert Parrish.
They caught him.
Celtics are trying to do right now is not let Adrian Dantley get it going. So Bird is defending him, and immediately the people are coming on the reception of the ball to the double team, like right now, forcing it out of his hands.
Dumars misses. DJ the rebound. Goes by Thomas, finds Danny. Pull up. Rebound loose. Mahorn's got it. Throws it away. Ainge picks it off. Parrish won't go down. Good defense by Mahorn, and he got the rebound. Kicks it out to Dumars. Dantley for 2.
Joe Dumars makes great decisions on the fast break. He is as good a point guard as there is in the league, and he's really the 2 guard on this team.
Yep. A lot of people would like to get Joe Dumars. Bird behind a Parrish screen, and the foul might be Laimbeer. Yep, he's got 3. Bill has never committed a foul.
He's usually a lot smarter than this. He guards his fouls very well, but here's the good pick by Parrish. And Bird waits till it's set up. Laimbeer has to go out there, and Laimbeer just kind of jabbed at the ball, and I don't know whether he hit ball or hand. That certainly hurts the chances. Edwards is not nearly as good a rebounder or an offensive player in this system as Lambier is.
15 on the shot clock. Dumars is going to have to go one-on-one here fairly quick, down to 5. Kicks it off Isaiah for 3. Boston ball, 6 seconds to go in the half. The Celtics will take a lead, it would appear, into the locker room. Comes to Danny at half court. Has to save it into Parrish. Robert will take it. Rebound Mahorn. That's the half. And the Celtics lead by 1. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Halfway through. 53 Boston. 52 Detroit. Once again to the Boston Garden, everyone. We're at halftime, and the Celtic lead is 1-53 Pistons, and he has been able to.
Well, he's been able to sneak inside, and some defensive lapses there by the Pistons allowed Kevin to sneak in behind Mahorn, who Bird just took advantage of that with a good pass.
Chuck Daly has not been hesitant to go to his bench, and John Sally with the defensive play here.
Well, he's played strong for them all season long, and he's a shot blocker, and a nice job there angling Danny Ainge off the hoop and then getting a piece of the ball.
One of the problems, though, with being a shot blocker is you tend to go for fakes, and McHale puts one on Sally here.
Well, you know, there's a head game that goes inside like that. There's a fake that lifts Sally. Sally thought he had his shooting hand all the way. McHale just showed him an awful lot of ball, and he leaped up into the banners.
And finally, Isaiah Thomas, not the person you consider to be the trailer on the break, but he was here.
Well, if 5 guys do not get back fast, you can hit the wingman and then cut to the hoop. And both Parrish and McHale have had difficulty getting back against the faster Detroit Pistons, and I'm surprised the Pistons haven't capitalized on that a lot more.
All right, 44 shots taken by Boston, 41 by the Pistons. The Pistons shooting the ball a little better. Celtics a slight advantage at the free throw line. Detroit a sizable advantage on the boards, Tom, 21-16.
Well, they are a rebounding crew, and anytime that you get a penetration move by one of the Pistons people, Sally and Rodman and Lambier are going to bang the boards, and they're really tough on that offensive glass, so you got to cut down on that penetration.
See, Bird and McHale lead the way for Boston. Lambier and Sally, the only 2 players in foul trouble. They have 3 apiece. And a quick reminder again, listen to Joe and Andy on 98.5 WROR FM radio. Find out how you can win free rent or mortgage, not only for a month, maybe for an entire year. Details every weekday morning at 7:20 with Joe and Andy. Second half coming up. Quarter, just 15 seconds or so away, and a quick reminder, Sports Channel will be serving up some of the top names in professional tennis this summer as we present an unprecedented number of live tournaments from around the country. You'll see the likes of Lendl, Connors, McEnroe, and Everett in tournaments such as the U.S. Pro at Longwood, the Virginia Slims of Newport, and the Canadian Open. So stay with Sports Channel this summer for plenty of live professional tennis right here on Sports Channel. There is Ricky Mahorn taking some free throws to get ready for the second half. Mahorn was...
You called it woofing, huh?
Yeah, well, there was a little woofing earlier there between Mahorn and McHale. Larry Bird with 13 first-half points. McHale led all scorers with 16. Isaiah Thomas, the only Piston in double figures, with 11. Pistons had great balance. 11 for Thomas, 8 for Lambier, 8 for Dantley, 8 for Dumars, 6 for Sally, 5 for Vinnie Johnson. Celtics got 2 points off the bench from Jim Paxson and 2 more from Reggie Lewis. The starters have accounted for the rest. Robert Parrish with 7 takes the floor. Lambier, Dumars, Dantley, Mahorn, and Thomas will start the second half for the Pistons. The Celtics, the regular starting 5. McHale and Bird up front, Parrish in the middle, Ainge and DJ the guards.
A little backcourt pressure to take some time off the clock. So the Celtics will be under the gun in their half-court offense.
15 as Danny Ainge starts to set it up. McHale kicks it out. Ainge, DJ the open man, 8 in the shot clock. Dennis in and out. Here comes Thomas, and a traveling violation. Dennis Johnson jumped up, and Isaiah traveled with the basketball. Seeing a lot of my faults coming out of the mouths of the Pistons tonight.
Better than your fault.
That's right. Yeah, that's true.
That's when you have problems.
McHale over Mahorn, and Kevin is still hot to start the second half.
Mahorn is not battling McHale for that spot over the box like he's done in prior games.
Dantley stripped by Ainge, nearly saved by Parrish.
Celtics are really getting down at Dantley right away. Either they've seen something in the films against Chicago, or they've decided, hey, we're just going to take the ball out of Dantley's hands.
Isaiah, nice save. Lambier will launch a three. Bird is there. Pistons a little sloppy to begin the second half here, and the Celtics go up by 5. Dennis Johnson finds Danny, and Danny can't control the rebound. Half-court pass Dantley over to Dumars. Bird the save, and DJ keeps it alive.
What a play! What a play!
Larry inside Parrish. Robert wants to go, takes it. Got it!
And as always, a great defensive play will trigger some emotion in a ball club. What a play by Bird and a fantastic save by DJ.
5-point Celtic lead, biggest of the night. Dantley, tough shot, he drained it. Dantley now with 10. Inside McHale, turnaround, jumper goes down, and Kevin's got 20.
A double man for the Pistons, very, very slow getting down to contest McHale.
Dantley with the side cleared. Here comes Ainge on the double team. Looking for the open man. It's Thomas deep in the top corner. Dantley tries. Parrish clears.
Dantley's settling for the outside shot now because the Celtics with the double team have cut down on his penetrating move. That's one way to cut down on penetration.
Mahorn the foul. He and McHale bump each other. It's just the first on Rick Mahorn.
Well, there'll be a battle going on this entire series down over that red box between Mahorn and McHale.
Dantley right on the back of Bird, and finally a foul is called. And that's 3 on Dantley.
As the foul, as Dantley's just trying to move Bird all over the place, and Bird just kind of gives it the straw man routine and emphasizes the push.
Sally's in, Mahorn's out, Bird to McHale. Got it!
Could have been a foul too on Lambier.
He was late getting there.
He sure was, and banged McHale on a shot. Didn't go for the ball, but sure gave him the body.
And the Pistons want a 22nd timeout. Boston's biggest lead, it's 7.
Great defense. Really triggered the emotion. A lot of adrenaline pumping through the Celtics glands right now, and that's what they needed. They lacked in intensity, but that 2-on-1 fast break save by Bird. Now you watch Bird foot fake and just anticipate the pass, and then DJ looking at the line and just having the presence of mind to get it back into the backcourt. And Ainge luckily right there. More defense called for like that by the Celtics.
Celtics on an 8-2 run to begin this second quarter. Dumars takes it in, too high off the glass. McHale and Bird combine for the rebound. Celtics can go up by 9. Picked off by Dantley. Thomas. Lambier. And a foul is called. Lambier was yelling for the foul before he even got the ball. If we see the replay, you'll see Lambier's mouth open up before he gets hit by anybody. Lambier will step to the line, and Bird is charged with the second foul. Boy, they just don't like Bill Lambier in this building.
throw shooter.
Boston ball. Boy, it's just an all-world scowl on the face of Bill Laimbeer right now.
Well, he's to a boil right now.
He sure is.
Listen, he's going to start whistling in 2 seconds.
Celtics ought to go right at him. They do. Parrish takes it. Sally the rebound. McHale called for a push. Boston by 7, 61-54. 8:10 to play in the third. Isaiah will try. Sally an offensive board for 2.
Well, the shot was way short, and 2 of the Celtics had blocked out on the reverse side of the basket, but Sally was there all by himself on the strong side of the hoop.
McHale looking for the ball on Sally. Gets a double from Dumars. Inside Parrish. Won't get out. Too far underneath the basket.
4 on 3.
Bird just picked up his second or third foul. Make it 3. Three on the team, 2 on the Pistons here in the third quarter. John Sally with 8 will step to the line.
Boy, it is going to be a foot race this entire series for Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale defensively.
That's the third straight free throw the Pistons have missed.
They have to get back that fast because one of those Piston forwards is always going to be up the court.
Missed 4 in a row.
Big breaks for the Celts.
Make it 5 straight they've missed if you go back far enough. That's the difference in the game. Bird in and out. Parrish trying to keep it alive. Off Robert Parrish out of bounds.
The Celtics are hustling on the offensive glass on the misses. Now they've got to come up and play again some real good defense. They've been doubling Dantley.
Chuck Daly wants Mahone back in the game. He'll come next whistle. Sally finds Dantley. Lost it on the way through. Here comes Ainge on the break. Danny stripped by Dumars. And a foul on Joe Dumars. Couldn't tell. Paul Mahalik was pointing to his thigh, but the foul will go on Dumars, and Danny will be at the line. 7:02 to go in the third. 5-point Celtic lead.
Here's Dantley heading into the defense, and Bird stripping him. Could have been a foul. And up comes Danny Ainge on the fly. And Dumars looked like he might have hit ball there too. So, hey, that's the home court, right?
That's what it's for. Even Danny Ainge missing free throws.
Much too quick that time on the second shot.
Celtics by 6. Mahorn is back in. Laimbeer is out. Laimbeer is having his right shoulder looked at by the trainer as Isaiah Thomas swoops through for 2.
Danny Ainge is picking up some habits from Dennis Johnson, poking at the ball from behind.
That's DJ's action.
Yeah.
Dumars the double on McHale. Ainge left open. Misses outside. It would have been a 2. And it'll be Piston ball. So the Celtic lead at 4, and we've got a timeout. 6:32 to go in the third. 62 for Boston, 58 for the Pistons. Bill Laimbeer has been worked on for about the last 3 or 4 minutes now. It appears to be his right shoulder. He is having trouble raising his right arm over his head. Right up in there, Doc. That's where it is, I guess.
And needless to say, he is an important cog in what they're doing, particularly with that outside shot. And if he can't lift that arm above the shoulder, I don't think he's that good a player lefty. Where he hurt it, I don't know.
All right, Rick Mahorn is in. It's Dantley, Mahorn, Dumars, Sally, and Thomas for the Pistons. Ainge and Johnson, the Boston backcourt. McHale, Bird, Parrish up front. Here comes Detroit down 4, 6:30 to go in the third.
Well, the Celtics really have to take advantage of this situation.
Dantley one-on-one with Bird. Ainge again, quick with the double. Mahorn skips through. Rebound Bird in traffic, gets it out to Ainge. Parrish is up the floor with Thomas. Danny will try. Dantley clears.
Outside shot is not happening, but look at Sally come.
Blocked by Parrish, and an offensive foul's called on Sally. And Chuck Daly explodes off the Detroit bench. Great defensive play by Robert Parrish.
And Edwards has just hopped off the Pistons bench.
Fouls are starting to catch up to the Pistons here.
They're using them.
Bird wants it on Dantley. Dumars doesn't come on the double, so Larry shoots. Parrish the offensive board underneath Ainge. Danny a fall away.
Good look by Robert Parrish. He only had about a 5-footer, but there were two people just measuring him for that shot.
Danny's got 11, Celtics by 6. Mahorn inside. Sally takes his time and dunks it.
Well, Celtics rotation that time. Very slow getting back into the paint.
Five minutes to go in the third. DJ's looking for McHale. Inside Bird finds Parrish. Got Sally up in the air. And that is 5 on John Sally. Well, we said the Detroit bench is long. I'm not sure it's that long. James Edwards coming in.
As the curl move by Bird, they switched out to try and take it away from him. That left Parrish wide open. Sally had to make a rotation move over to pick up Robert Parrish, but just went for the fake.
We were talking about him being a shot blocker.
Yeah, that's what happens to shot blockers. Show them the ball. They think they own it. Best thing that can happen when you're playing against a shot blocker is let him block your first shot. And then if you're smart, he's yours for the rest of the game. You can show him the ball and fake him out of the building. He thinks he's going to block every shot after the first one.
Isaiah on a cut. Couple of fakes. Got Parrish in the air and laid it in.
Parrish stayed on the ground, but Isaiah just found enough blue sky.
Parrish comes high. 10 on the shot clock. Into Bird. Larry's got 2.
Adrian Dantley just taken right out of the play on the pass.
15 for Bird. 22 for McHale, who leads all scorers. Boston by 6.
Oh, Danny played that pick play beautifully that time.
Edwards and Parrish battling. Edwards wants it. Rebound McHale. Boy, Edwards is going to shoot that come heck or high water here. Ainge a pull-up. Rebound Vinnie Johnson, who just checked in. And here comes the microwave. Finds Isaiah. Vinnie will fire. Whoa!
Well, he almost broke the glass with that one.
Off the glass from straight out front. 68-64 Boston.
Somebody slammed the microwave door that time.
He did, didn't they? That was a bullet. Bird the drive. Left-handed for 2.
Coming off the pick. No adjustment by Edwards.
And Danny Ainge. Count it, says Earl Strom. Ainge to reach in, foul on Isaiah.
That's the second time he's let Isaiah get by him. The first time a little bit more reason he had a fight over through a pick. But this one just a straight penetration move. He's showing him the baseline. Doesn't stay with him. Now Bird has to pick him up, and just that little poke from behind. It's good ball handlers. That's tough to do. I mean, that's almost like rocket science. Perfecting that move the way Dennis Johnson has.
Isaiah looking to get his club within 3. And does. He has 18 on the night unofficially.
Well, Bill Laimbeer still on the bench. In fact, they must have taken him into the locker room.
Yes.
He's not on the bench. They're working on him inside, obviously. And Celtics have not been able to make hay.
Going to be Detroit ball. Larry Bird complaining to Earl Strom. And we've got a timeout. 2:56 to go here in the third. Boston by 3. 56 to go in the third. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn, Bill Laimbeer down in the Detroit Piston locker room getting worked on. And you can see it is his right shoulder, and right there is where he seems to be having the trouble. Bill didn't want to leave, but he did.
So far this game, Mike, has been like a rainy Sunday morning. Very dull.
Why?
I don't even want to get up.
Why?
It's just they're not into the series yet emotionally. You know, there's no Rick Mahorns to get mad at. He hasn't done anything yet. You know, and Bill Laimbeer, now he's out in the locker room, and conversely, the Pistons had a week off. Their timing a little short, not on target.
Edwards hits a fall away.
That is his spot, and they are back in this ball game, and Boston is not capitalizing on a golden opportunity.
2:25 to go here in the third. Celtic lead down to 1. DJ blocked by Edwards.
That time Edwards got to the ball fast enough.
Vinnie Johnson on the run finds Isaiah. He finds the hoop. Isaiah now with 20, and the Pistons go up by 1. It started out as a shootout, 30-28 in the first quarter, has turned into a low-scoring game. Parrish spins, and the foul is going to be, I believe, now Parrish and Mahorn have a word or two. Foul will be on Rodman, I believe. Yep. Second on Rodman. Take a look.
There's Rodman trying to play a bigger guy by leaning on him. Once he gets the ball, you got to release him. And look at Mahorn just come in there on the help side of the defense. That's a lot of help.
That's right. Parrish with the elbow up to protect himself, and now the free throw shooting blues has affected the Celtics. No report from the locker room yet on Bill Laimbeer. Robert Parrish makes the second. We're tied at 71. Chiefs got a dozen. Under 2 to play in the third. Here comes Thomas. DJ meets him top of the key.
Celtics need to play some good defense.
Vinnie Johnson hits off a screen.
Oh, and there was.
And now McHale and Mahorn again are having words. Technical foul is called. Double technical foul. One on McHale, one on Mahorn.
Well, Earl Strom is trying to calm this game down. And unfortunately, that's what's going to go on in the entire series.
Let's take a look.
And you're going to see lower left of your screen. Mahorn's got his hands on McHale, boxes him out, and then kind of a mutual takedown.
Yeah, that's really what it was.
Both.
Mahorn a little hand to the throat of McHale, though, while they're on the floor. To get a point across, I'm sure. 73-71 Pistons. And now Edwards is called over the back of Mahorn. And Chuck Daly's up nearly at half court yelling at that call.
I tell you, that should have been a technical foul. The man was up to half court and just screaming. That should have been a technical foul.
I'm not sure he didn't try to get a technical foul. I mean, he came off the bench like he knew what he was doing.
Not going to be any in this game, I guess, unless Casey gets one. And he's been kind of placid.
Artis Gilmore is in right next to Rick Mahorn. McHale misses at the line. Well, again, it was a 30-28 first quarter, and it looked like the Pistons hadn't missed a beat in their layoff, and the Celtics were fresh off a good win Sunday, and since then, boy, this pace has really slowed down, and that's a foul on McHale as he tried to take Rodman out, and Rodman helps him up.
Well, Rodman, a notoriously poor foul shooter, he'll probably step up and cam both of them now, the way they're shooting free throws today.
73-71 Pistons. Rodman was 2 of 10 from the free throw line in the Chicago Bulls series. And you can tell he's wishing.
You can see hope in the guy's eyes when he's shooting free throws. You know he's in trouble.
Detroit is 1 of 7 from the line here in the third quarter. And they lose the ball. Vinnie Johnson. Now Dennis Johnson coming up with it. Vinnie Johnson got bumped from behind and he's limping up the floor. Now he catches DJ. Dennis won't go. And Mahorn in traffic gets it out to Vinnie Johnson. Rodman ahead of the field. Vinnie Johnson ignores him. Wants the shot. Takes the shot. Rebound Dennis Johnson. And Paxson and Vinnie Johnson tie up. Isaiah comes for the double team on DJ. And Mahorn's going to be called with the foul. This is not a pretty game right now, Tom Heinsohn.
Well, this is worse than a rainy Sunday morning. This is the month of May in Boston.
Yeah.
Let me make it April and May. Dreary.
Mark Akers in, Kevin McHale out. Dennis Johnson at the free throw line. 55 seconds to go in the third.
You know, a couple of the Atlanta games were that way too. You know, it just was. One ball game, Reggie Lewis seemed to be the only guy that was up on his toes making anything happen. He pumped a little electricity into the game.
Only John Havlicek and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar have played in more playoff games in the NBA than Dennis Johnson, Larry Bird, and he'll be at the line.
Well, you wonder why they're missing all these shots right now. Coming down the stretch of the third quarter and the fourth quarter is going to, I think, be a lot of the same. Well, that has to do with timing and layoffs, and perhaps the Celtics had a couple of days off before meeting this series because they were through a tough 7-gamer, and they are not sharp at all. Now, the first couple of quarters, they played relatively well because they weren't that tired. Now they're starting to get a little bit tired, and that's when the shooting really starts to go off. And both ball clubs are suffering this situation.
Bird just bricked one up there.
It'll be the first team to regain its playoff rhythm that's going to win this game.
DJ aggressively out on Isaiah. 73 apiece. Gilmore and Mahorn battling away off the ball. Mahorn is waving for it. Now he heads the other way. Edwards wants it on Akers. Edwards is going to shoot it. Hit it.
That is his shot. And Mark Akers, much too small to really trouble Edwards. He's come in and done the job for Bill Lambier, I'll say.
Bird wants to go on Rodman. Gilmore trying to come for a screen. Now DJ.
6 seconds.
5 on the shot clock. Larry, leaner, won't go. Mahorn the rebound. Pistons with the lead and a chance here. Vinnie Johnson will get a shot off. No, says Paul Mahallen. Got it off too late. Sorry, Vin. 75-73. Pistons after 3. Two Piston fans who may be watching, yes, it was a good call. You can see time is out and Vinnie Johnson still has the ball. Celtics are going to send out Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge. Now Dennis Johnson's going to go back to the bench now. Jim Paxson will start the fourth quarter. Gilmore, Akers, and Bird up front. Thomas, Mahorn, Vinnie Johnson, Rodman, and Edwards on the floor for the Pistons. They lead by 2.
And the Celtics simply have to play some good defense right now.
And a quick push is called on Akers. Robert Parrish's rest was a brief one as he comes back in. Akers will go out.
This is a novel experiment. 2 huge big guys. Boston's answer, the Twin Towers, Gilmore and Parrish.
Bird the quick hands out of bounds. Detroit ball. Larry thought Edwards got a piece of it. Pistons with 16 on the shot clock.
And this is the man they must contain coming down the stretch.
Isaiah will set himself for three and hit him.
Oh, plenty of time.
And the Pistons lead by 5.
It will be a very big hole for the Celtics to climb out of if they lose this first game.
Jim Paxson takes the shot, misses, rebound, Edwards. And McHale is up off the Boston bench.
Edwards is liable to earn his entire salary in this one ball game if they could come up with a win here with Lambier in the locker room injured.
Vinnie Johnson around a screen, hits the jumper.
Boy, it's there now. The Pistons can smell it. The blood is in the water, and they're circling around.
Boy, the Piston bench is really up and at them, and the Celtics are going to take a quick timeout here. Down 7, 10:41 to go in the game. 80 for the Pistons, 73 for Boston. Boston lead, 10:41 to go in the game. Boston back to their starting 5. You can see the Celtics in the second half have not been able to put the ball on the floor. They haven't got a gang of shots either. Mahorn the foul over the back of McHale. Second foul on the Pistons here in the 4th. That's 3 on Mahorn. Celtics are looking for Bird. They go to him. Double team. Skip it across. Danny's the open man. Takes a 3. Hits it. Falling down.
They need some defense right now, Mike.
Edwards will take it short with it.
And McHale got away with one.
Yeah, thought he got him in the arm too. Bird for 3. A little quick. Johnson the rebound. Rodman wants it. Squares up on Bird. Now kicks it out Isaiah. He just hit a 3. Dean's not giving him any room. Inside Edwards. Skips through. Doesn't go. Parrish clears. Boston can get to 2.
Got to get a good shot.
Bird trying to rip himself away from Rodman. Comes the other way to Ainge. Kevin McHale in the lane. Hits a runner. The Pistons wanted an offensive foul. They won't get him. Bill Lambier is going to be sent for x-rays on his right shoulder. Will not be back tonight.
This is the man they must contain. Danley's on the bench.
Isaiah. Foul Bird. And that'll be, I think he's pointing to Bird. No, the foul's on Rodman. Chuck is real close.
He's on the court.
Real close.
He's on the court.
Celtics now a chance to tie. Take a look.
Well, couldn't see much there.
Much as I wanted to see. Bird will take it. Got it. Tied at 80. And the Garden's alive. Detroit wants time. The game, and we're tied at 80. 7 straight points for the Celtics off that last timeout.
And here's McHale now going to take it into the paint now. He goes up in the air, and on the way down he belts Isaiah. But it's tied up at 80.
11 of 14 shooting for McHale. The Garden crowd has been on its feet throughout the timeout.
Well, you saw what Atlanta did in their series at Boston. They gutsed out the 4th quarters. Let's see if the Pistons can do the same thing. Danley back in the ball game. This time McHale defending him.
Danley wants to go. Takes a fall away. doesn't. Pistons by 2. Bird pops out, gets the ball. Dantley on him, looking inside. McHale wants to go on Edwards, finds DJ. Now Larry, back to Dennis. Rebound Edwards.
Short string on that one.
Pistons can push their lead back up to 4 if they convert here. Dantley comes to the ball. McHale right there with him.
McHale doesn't get out and challenge Dantley for the ball like Lewis.
Whoa!
And Dantley, boy, when he starts hitting, he's got all kinds of moves. Outside shots, strong drives to the hoop, spinners, and those tweener shots from 6 feet to 15 feet.
That was a big one right there. Shot that right in Kevin's face. Celtics down 4 after a 7-point run to get to the tie. Bird inside. McHale goes to the hoop. Got it. 26 now for McHale.
And they've changed defensive assignments once again. Bird is going to take Dantley.
Dantley wants the shots. Pistons just all clear out. He's way short with that one. Edwards looked like he stepped out of bounds. No call. Dantley again. 24-second violation. No shot. Boston ball.
Dantley will be given the green light for this Pistons team. He will try and carry the Pistons to a win here tonight. He is their fourth quarter offense. Tries to draw foul. Very good at it. And an excellent free throw shooter.
Celtics, meanwhile, going to Bird over Dantley. Front rims it.
2 Celtic big guys way out. Nowhere near the offensive rebound.
Chuck Daly up calling the play to Isaiah Thomas. Pistons by 2, 6:40 to go in the game. Vinnie Johnson kicks it off Dantley. McHale jumps out on a switch. Dantley wants it. Again he fires. Short this time. Parrish is there. Quick push Ainge. In the middle. Parrish. Won't go. Missed the layup. Dantley the ball. Isaiah calls the play. Mahorn's coming out for a screen on Ainge. McHale jumps out. Isaiah got the basket and a foul.
That pick and roll that allows penetration. The big guy stepped out on him, and Isaiah still with his quickness found the way to get a good angle to the hoop. Seeing the pick and roll play cause mucho problems for the Celtics in 2 series now.
Thomas ties McHale for high scoring honors, and the Pistons lead by 5 again. Bird trying to rid himself of Dantley. Larry takes it in. A traveling violation called by Earl Strong.
Excellent defense that time by Dantley.
Pistons can push their lead back to 7.
You see any fins in the water, Michael?
Fins in the water.
Gaping jaws.
Thomas backs up for 3 and hits it.
I'll tell you.
29 for Thomas, 8-point Piston lead. 5 minutes to go in the game. Ainge will try. He misses. Parrish tips it in. Needs some stops here, Tom.
Lots of stops. And Danny Ainge has got to really do a job.
Mahorn gets the roll and a foul.
I'll tell you. Everybody on this Piston team is just automatically taking it to the hoop, and they are getting good attack angles. Nobody can, on the Celtics defense, can stop penetration. Nobody's bending their knees.
Parrish takes away another free throw that's missed, but the lead is 8. And the Pistons have got it. Inside, Bird wants the bucket. Short with it. Tipped out of bounds by Isaiah Thomas. The Celtics catch a break there.
Well, the Celtics trying to carry through it once again in the fourth quarter on Bird's shoulders, and he hasn't got the game going right now.
3 of 9 shooting for Larry in the second half. DJ will try. Score it, says Earl Strong. There's a foul on Mahorn. You don't see that too often. Adrian Dantley rather picked up the foul, and that was on Larry Bird off the ball. Missed. Pistons by 6. Isaiah wants the shot. Gives it up Dantley. Plenty of time. Missed it. Rebound off to Dennis Johnson. Celtics look to run. Danny a 3. Back rims it. Rebound underneath Dantley.
To be writing about Danny Ainge's three-pointers. He's not had the hot hand in his ball game from out there.
Adrian Dantley trying to go on Bird. Gets by him. Blocked by Bird, and he got the ball. Skips it off to DJ.
Oh, and they are livid on the Pistons bench. They might have a case.
Parrish leans in. Missed the jumper.
Yeah, Earl.
And a foul off the ball. Someone put a hip into Rick Mahorn. And it was Larry Bird. No, it's Kevin McHale. Make it his third. .350 to go in the game. Pistons by 6 and the ball.
There's no question that the Celtics are not sharp in this ball game. This fourth quarter, they are not battling defensively. They are 2 steps too late on everything.
Bird takes off the Vinnie Johnson miss. DJ skips up the sideline. Boston needs a good shot. Dennis will take it. Won't get out. Loose ball. Parrish tracks it down. Throws it away. But a foul is called. And Adrian Dantley pushed Dennis Johnson down. And then is upset that he got caught. It's 5 on Dantley. However, time starting to run out here. 3:24. Look under the basket.
Right underneath. Dennis Johnson's got the position. I think again, Celtics might have got a break on that one as the pass was headed out of bounds anyway.
Sure was. And now the Celtics want to use a 20-second timeout. 3 minutes, 24 seconds to go in the game. Boston will have the ball, but they're down by 6, 92-86.
You know, there's such a thing as battle fatigue, and I think the Celtics have just hit the beaches too many times right now. They didn't get up for this game like they should have gotten up for.
Isaiah Thomas with 29, leading all scorers.
Now, you can understand Detroit not being with it and that they had a week layoff, but I'll tell you, they are fired up, and they came out fired up in the second half, and Boston just fell apart in the fourth quarter.
If you're the type of Celtic fan who likes to catch a little hoop in the summer, stay tuned for Celtics Encore every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock beginning in June. You'll see complete replays of the year's top games, plus all of Sports Channel's playoff coverage. Spend your summer with the Celtics on Wednesday night. It's Celtic Encore. Chuck Daly has his club up by 6, 3:24 to go. 14 free throws missed here in the second half. It's amazing.
Understandable to me with teams that are at this stage of the season a little tired. A couple of days off. Boston no real heavy practice, I don't believe.
That's kicked on Joe Dumars. It'll be Celtic ball. They get a fresh 24. 3:12 to go.
What a win this would be for the Pistons.
Wow. Inside Parrish wants to go on Sally. Takes a fall away. It's long. Rebound McHale. Back up. Won't go. Tip. Yes, and a foul. Big hoop by McHale. McHale.
Well, this is going to take an all-out guts performance by the Celtics to overcome really a great game by the Pistons. Here's the shot. McHale in there, up over the top, misses it, hangs tough as Rodman tried to block it.
That was a case of Edwards being fouled the first time. And coming back and committing it the second time. 3-point Piston lead. DJ on Dumars. Ainge on Isaiah. 10 on the shot clock. Isaiah wants the shot. Rebound Bird. Outlet Ainge.
That's the best defense Danny Ainge has played on Isaiah the whole ball game.
Bird takes a tough one. Long with it. Rebound. Ainge has got it. Kick it out to DJ. Celtics can get to one if they convert. Dennis will have the shot. Passes it up. Gives it a Bird. Celtics with 9 on the shot clock. Parrish lost the handle. Ainge got it. DJ is going to have to shoot it. He does. In and out. Parrish is there. And a foul on Robert Parrish over the back. Wow, what a crazy trip up the floor that one was.
Well, their offense has not been anywhere near in sync, and it's not surprising. There's a pass into Parrish to block. Parrish lost the ball. Ainge luckily picks it up. DJ is open, but they come rushing at him. Now he's forced to take it under the gun. There's Parrish over. Now that should have been a jump ball, as both players had an equal right to it. Isaiah just went up high and lost his feet. But considering everything,
Mahorn in, Sally out. 4-point game as Thomas made the first and the second.
Isaiah Thomas wants to get rid of those horns he developed last year in this series.
2:02 to go. Boston down by 5. 4:89. Pistons by 5. 2:02 to go in the game. Talk to me, T.
And I would say that the Pistons have played marvelously well after a week layoff in this ball game. And it looks to me that the Celtics didn't come into this ball game really emotionally sharp. And they were 2 counts behind almost everything. It got worse in the second half. And the Pistons, after a while, said, hey, this game is ours to take if we just go out and play. And they've done exactly that, coming down the stretch.
The Pistons will send out Edwards, Rodman, Mahorn, Dumars, and Thomas. The Celts will counter with Bird, McHale, Parrish, Ainge, and Dennis Johnson. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left to go in the game. Boston ball down 5. McHale trying to throw a screen for Bird. They go right into Kevin. Out to Danny. Cross to Dennis. Takes it in. Won't go down. Rebound Rodman, and that was a big miss.
Well, the Pistons took away the inside game, forced it to the outside. They left Dennis Johnson open, and they didn't prove it to them that time.
And cleared it out for Isaiah. Now Rodman rolls to the hoop for a dunk.
Just a bad gamble.
Sure was. Bird underneath McHale. Blocking a foul, Mahorn.
There'll be a lot of soul searching after this ball game and tomorrow morning, and they've got to come back here to the Boston Garden
Real quick.
real quick. Get their timing against what's going to be a very, very confident Piston team.
30th point of the night for Kevin McHale. A third of the Celtics total.
You know, when I alluded to battle fatigue, you know, all those soldiers during the Second World War that used to hit the beaches and the landing barges, the Marines, I think the Celtics just were not up emotionally for this landing.
Mahorn the ball. Pistons content to take time off. 10 on the shot clock. Celtics have to stop him here. Isaiah will get a shot and nail it.
Boy, and an 18-foot shot.
Yeah, a good shot.
No help. James Edwards came in and gave them a very, very good effort.
Bird missing the baseline, and that's going to be the game. Pistons by 7, 40 seconds left. Make it 42. Detroit has come in here and done what they have not been able to do in 22 previous attempts. Dennis Johnson, the foul on Isaiah outside.
Well, I told you before the ball game that home court thing is liable to go by the boards. I didn't expect it to happen in this first game.
It's by.
But you've got to take your hat off to the Pistons right now as they saw their opportunity and seized it. They weren't particularly sharp in the second half before they sure came on strong in the second half, and Boston just kind of wilted in the latter stages of the third quarter.
Celtics take a timeout. We'll stay right here. They're down 9 with 32 seconds to go, and looking the Pistons in the face, down 1-0 in this Eastern Conference Final. Game 2 tomorrow night here on Sports Channel, and the Celtics head to Detroit, where they'll play Saturday and Monday. And there will be Motor City Madness when they get there.
It sure will be, and that will be a real challenge to try and take a game back from the Pistons out there in Pontiac. There will be no question. It's tough to play in front of all those fans, and there'll be another lynch mob there like there was in Atlanta, only I think the Pistons will respond to the situation perhaps a little bit better than the Hawks did in Game 6 in the prior series.
Tom, I think if we were to sit down and look at the tape of this game, we'd see that the game was lost in the third quarter, not necessarily in the fourth.
Well, you've got that right, and I think the Celtics got an awful lot of breaks from the officials in this ball game too, and they didn't capitalize on any of it. Bill Laimbeer, one of their stalwart players that gives them board strength and what have you, not in evidence in this second half hardly at all. And you sit here and you say, hey, Boston ought to be able to take advantage of that, but no way. Now, it all started with the defense. Much too easy did they allow any of the Pistons to penetrate to the hoop. You can't do that. You've got to play, bend your knees, get down, and play the guy nose to nose once in a while and deny them what they want to do.
Isaiah Thomas, 12 of 19 in the game tonight. Unofficially, I have him for 35. The Celtic backcourt, a combined 9 of 31. Ainge just 5 of 16 shooting. Laimbeer went out of the game with the Celtics up by 6. Danny throws up a leading 3 and knocks it down. 17 for Danny. A quick timeout for the Celtics. 26 seconds to go in the game. Down 6. Boston's got to come up with some way to deny the Pistons getting the ball in bounds. They need it back 2 more times, and they need to hit 3s each time.
Well, they got to try and make a steal, and undoubtedly the Pistons will put it in play at half court, and with a full 24 seconds to run down. So if the Celtics don't make a steal, obviously they'll go and try and foul Lapour's free throw shooter. Rodman's on the court right now. That would be the ideal situation if they can force the ball into his hands and bang him right away. Yes. The Celtics, I'll tell you, I've seen this ball club respond to great challenges, but boy, their cup was empty tonight of emotion. And when they try to reach down and fill it up, the spigot was dry.
And tune in to Sports Channel tomorrow night. We'll present live coverage of Game 2 between the Pistons and the Celtics. 7:45 for the pregame show. And don't forget, Sports Channel will be back here at the Garden next Wednesday night, June 1st, for Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Pre-games begin at 7:45.
But this team, true to form, the Celtics over the years, when they've been embarrassed and they know they've done something that they shouldn't have done, they usually band together and get their dander up, get their juices flowing, and come back strong. But
they better. Well, let's see if there are any miracles left in the bottom of that bag. There might not be any motion. Let's see if there's any miracles.
All good foul shooters in the ball game now for the Pistons. Rodman goes and sits on the bench. 3 guards in there along with Dantley, and Edwards, who's a reasonably decent foul shooter.
Dantley will attempt to make the inbounds pass. McHale will try to block the view. Lobs it in. Vinnie Johnson's there. Immediately fouled by Dennis Johnson. Only a second goes off the clock. 100-94. A 6-point Piston lead. 25 seconds to go in the game. Celtics are over the limit, so Vinnie Johnson will be at the line. Now Chuck Daly's going to put Dennis Rodman back into the game. And Dantley goes to the bench. Taking a lot of time. Missed.
All he's got to do is make one. And then it would be 3 possessions.
He's trying to get up quickly to get a shot off. DJ in the corner fires. Short with it. Rebound Rodman. Foul McHale. 15 seconds to go in the game, and the Pistons have themselves a 1-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. And the home court advantage has shifted to Chuck Daly, the Pistons, and the Silverdome.
Well, it was lights out last night in this place, and it's lights out tonight here again.
Hasn't been a good 24 hours. Kind of wish the lights went out now here in the Buckeye.
No part of the Celtics game, offensive, defensively, that was sharp at all.
Boston takes another timeout, down by 8 with 15 seconds to go.
And you sit there and you look at Casey Jones and Jimmy Rogers and you say, well, maybe what did they do in practice, you know? And Celtics played a tough 7-game series, relied heavily on the starting 5. And what Casey Jones did, I'm sure, is what he's been doing all the season long, is not over-practicing them. Help conserve their strength, considering, and I think it was the right thing to do, considering that the Celtics are going to face back-to-back games Wednesday and Thursday night against these Pistons, but somewhere or other, Monday morning, the emotion seeped out of the minds and hearts of the Celtics in preparation for this ballgame.
The Pistons, on the other hand, now, Tom, when they come back in here tomorrow night, they can really kind of throw it all to the winds.
Boy, when you come in, all you're hoping in a 2-game series is to break out and win one of the games. And normally it's the second game, because the home team usually steps up to the challenge and said, I'm going to solidify my home court advantage. And they didn't do it. And right now, they're in a position to come out with a 2-game win. Now, you watch Isaiah Thomas with this beautiful play. Just get by McHale, who didn't cut off, didn't step in front, and here's Parrish trying to cut him off. And it's just a great individual effort by Isaiah Thomas that time to make a key basket. The big one was a 3-point play. Danny Ainge went over to double on Edwards, who was being defended 18 feet away by Robert Parrish. This is partly a carryover from the last series where the Celtics didn't get up and deny penetration.
Danny takes it in, gets the 2. It's a 6-point game, and the Pistons are going to take a timeout with 12 seconds to go. Get the ball at half court.
Sure. That was the move to make. Celtics all over everybody. That was going to be available for an inbound pass. They have 5 guys to defend 4. And James Edwards taking the ball out of bounds. I wouldn't want to be him picking out the open man, particularly after last year's 5th game.
Speaking of people you would or would not want to be, put yourself in Casey Jones's shoes right now, and that you've got to play less than, what, 23 hours, 21 hours from now. Again, there's not a whole lot you can do. Do you have a meeting tomorrow? Do you go over tape?
You better believe it. And maybe they'll shock themselves into a hard adrenaline push here and get to realizing that you got to come out here and play the game. This is a new series, and this is a much better, more tougher, seasoned opponent playing against the Celtics after last year's experience, and that have been well motivated by last year's experience to come in here and let it all hang out. I think that the Pistons, I think the Celtics were guilty of hoping that the Pistons would go away and not show up, but they more than showed up. And here is a double team, and Isaiah's.
That's the one he backs up.
That's the one he backs up. That's not the one I meant, but that is a big play too.
He's had himself a big night.
Had himself a
35
game and under control in this game. That play was in the 6th game, wasn't it? No, the 5th game.
5th game.
That's right.
Ainge, the immediate foul on Dumars. No time goes off the clock. Chuck Daly's complaining. Hey, we inbounded the ball. You got to move the thing.
Well, they got the 3rd official right there watching the clock, so it's not like an ordinary game. I'm sure he went to see when the guy put his finger down on that clock to start it and when he took it up.
102-96. Reggie Lewis coming in.
You know, reasonably, the Pistons could have been had tonight. I mean, they came out, they weren't sharp for a period of time, but they grew into the game. And as soon as they saw their opportunity, boy, they put on some spurts. It was like a 440. You give them an inch, boy, they're going to beat you coming around the bend. You had to put your foot down on the gas pedal in this game and not let up. And the Celtics had a governor on their game plan tonight. Couldn't go past 40 miles an hour.
Ainge is double teamed immediately. Daniel trying to hook a pass into the corner, and I don't think anybody's going to call another timeout.
There are none left. Oh yeah, Detroit's got one left, but
they'll just let it run out. So will the Celtics, and the Pistons have done what they have been unable to do for about 5 or 6 years here. They have won a game in the Boston Garden, 104-96. Detroit is up 1-0 in the championship final.